you know, might be career changing for people, life changing, like, and
Yeah,
you just don't know. So you do have to ask, like, before you plan out a schedule and have these, like, really, because these are going to be really complicated, mask wearing situations that we're going to be planning out. Who wants to come back? Who's comfortable working with a mask on? Who's comfortable, as far as I can tell now, so far it's gloves for you, mask for you. I sent you a changeable, like smock,
yeah,
uh, no reusing capes, a neck guard, take people's temperatures when they get there. We're going to have a plexi screen in front of our front desk. No waiting area. We're going to like actually move our waiting area out, so it's not even an option. No walk-in appointments, call in only. So it's a different, I'm opening a different salon.
yeah. It's completely different operating
Yeah.
model. And so, yeah, thinking ahead to like reopening.
Yeah.
So, how are you thinking about like? So heroin, I think is. I don't think you're open every day of the week, right? Like, are you? How? What are
We
you
are 7 days a
now?
week, New
Now,
York to LA.
are you? Oh, you are. Okay.
We are.
Are you thinking like every other station and split shifts, or like how are you?
Yeah. No, so far, we had a management call yesterday for hours, and we're like, okay, this call is just to put it all out there.
Yeah.
So over the next couple weeks, we're going to have a couple calls a week and kind of really solidify a plan. We don't want to overdo it until we know the actual rules either. So we're, right now ordering sanitary supplies. I secured masks a month ago so that we could be prepared because we didn't know when we were going to open. So yeah, just making sure we get everything shipped on time so that
Yeah.
our staff, the staff that does want to return, feels safe and supported, and then that clients feel taken care of. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave any. I just want to do as much due diligence as we can. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like I got what was it? Barbicide certified today. That was pretty cool. It's like an
What
online
goes
course.
into
It was
because
10
that's
minutes. Oh,
liquid
yeah.
for
So it's like a barbicide certification
everybody that
online.
is tuned in. Blue, like
Yeah. So that's cool. There's a bunch of cool resources like that. So and one of our staff sent that to me, sent it to the team and was like, everybody should do this. And it's like, yeah, why not? So we'll do that, I think, and we'll hang we're Barbicide certified, just doing the things we can. Again, like we have control over nothing. So following the steps, doing what we can, but then also trying to, yeah, it's that fine balance. I also don't want to open and like feel fearful. So I don't that part I'm trying to think of like how can we do some counteraction, like bring some joy into the space, you know?
yeah, yeah. We're in the same boat where we've been kind of racking our brain and doing a bunch of outreach to figure out how we think that our stores are going to reopen and what are there any additional features or products
Yeah.
that they need. And we were even thinking like are there is on location appointments like going to people's homes and doing hair, like is that going to be more of a thing? We're thinking, do we ask questions during the booking process of like, have you been exposed to anybody in the past
Yeah.
14 weeks? Like,
Yeah, that
are
would be
you
really
temperature, like
helpful
kind of
because
qualifying questions? And I mean, it's kind of all over the board.
I think if Boulevard could do that, that would help because you know how my girls get down with their Google Docs because we've already been putting a Google Doc together for our clients to fill out. Um, Also a waiver that for both clients and stylists that it's like, hey, I agree to this, that just that has that kind of like formality that it's like, listen, we agree we're gonna all behave and I'm entering at my own risk.
Yeah, right.
Elvira, yes, I have ideas. Simple last text for clients with new requirements.
Love that.
Yeah. That would be really helpful. Just one less process for us to have to do. I will say with Boulevard, that was a thing right away. We're like, because we're not going to take cash for probably a couple months, that we can get every appointment prepaid. We're also going to do that they will get charged half their appointment for any cancellations, because the appointments are going to be so scarce that we want to make sure that every minute counts for our stylists, and they can't afford to have no shows.
And do you think you'll do processing time and double booking, or are you?
No double booking. There's just no way. Yeah, I don't think so. Because that's the other part too. I got to give somewhat of an even spread to my whole team as well. So like my heavily booked stylists, I think it's the thing that it's like, how are they going to not do cross-contamination? How are they, because you're touching client to client. Like, I think that we would run into issues like that. All right, where were we? Okay, so you said coming in with wet, asking your client to come in with wet hair is fine.
Wet hair. I think so. I think
okay.
Out of an abundance of safety, I think that's totally fine.
Hi, Robert. Yeah, I mean, again, this is something I'm going to lean into the team. I'm not going to make any assumptions and ask what they're comfortable with. Yeah, man. But I think, it goes to show you, like, definitely put your thinking caps on this time, at this time, and kind of practical, sanitary, like put all those things first and make decisions in that way.
Do you think that there would, like, in terms of the services that you offer, like, would you ever modify and say, like, hey, we're not going to do, like, color corrections, or, like, kind of, like, our, gray coverage only, or would you do balayages, or, like, any change to your service menu?
We're going to do what our clients want, honestly. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. I'm the most excited is to get back and make them feel great.
Yeah.
And for my stylists, like, I have some stylists, all they do is balayage. Some of my stylists, all they do is color corrections, so I feel like that would be limiting them. And it depends. Then you have other salons. My salon too, we have like one of the most eclectic clientele workforces. So, but there's other salons where they have like, every 3 week gray coverage clients. So then that might make more sense. So again, gosh, I think as a salon owner, this is the perfect time to really dig in with your team. We've used Slack as a communication tool with our team. It's been really helpful. A quick, easy way for everybody to communicate. And share documents and all that kind of stuff. That's been a super helpful tool for us.
And you also use like MailChimp when communicating to your clients?
Yeah. And this whole time, we've made sure to do like weekly, like twice a week deals. Lauren at our salon, she's been putting that out and blasting those out just so that we're like staying connected with our clients, that we're not just gone for 2 months too.
You're in a long distance relationship.
Yeah. And want color, and some of the stylists are comfortable with that, some aren't. I had put that out there to our team, like, hey, I'm at the salon if you want me to pack up any color. And some of them felt very opposed to that idea. And like, it's hard because I see it both ways,
Yeah.
So again, like, I don't know what I can't be like, I know how you feel, especially to my team in New York. So if there's something I can do to help, if there's like something that feels way off, I want to make sure that we like put our ideas out there ahead of time, and that we take a temperature read beforehand, so that we all like kind of come together with the same intentions. And it's not like, here's Janine's plan. It's like, no one has a real plan for this. So let's build one that's right for our team.
I love that idea of the kind of plexiglass in front of the front desk. I never thought of that.
Yeah, that was Elvira. She's like, and then I ordered this plexiglass for our front desk. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, like great, anything. Honestly, this has been such a mental, like, anything we can do
Yeah.
to feel safer, to feel better, is going to be great.
In terms of like, you know, I do think it's going to be an onslaught of demand. How are you planning on kind of dealing with that? Like, I assume that the phone's going to be ringing off the hook of like, when can you fit me in?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to like stick to your grid and be like, no double book, like all that kind of stuff? Like, how are you planning on handling all that?
First, we were relying on the Google survey we sent to our whole team to see, one, who's coming back to work,
Yeah.
two, what schedule they're looking for, like what their comfortability is,
Yeah.
and then building a schedule out of that. Then based on the parameters of how many people we can have in there is how, so that will be based on all the other factors. And it really, I want to put my team first in that, making sure they feel safe, and I'm willing to extend hours and all that, but I don't want anybody worked to death after all this too. That's a lot to come back to just straight into 12-hour days. I don't know how feasible that is for people.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then do you think that, like in terms of thinking about like New York again versus LA,
Yeah.
how are you thinking of is there anything different that you're going to be doing in New York versus LA, or are you still kind of playing it by ear to see?
We're playing it by ear. I think, you know, one of our stylists brought up a good point that she wants less days, because she doesn't want to be on the subway that many days. Makes perfect sense. So that, I think I'd like to see less days for everyone and just longer shifts. And then even for our stylists that don't normally use an assistant, that we just have an assistant floating and helping, just to keep everything sanitized, clean, that we have an assistant or two. Yeah. And again, we're going to come up with like 3 scenarios, run it by our team, and kind of see what feels the best and feels the right to open with.
One thing that we were thinking is like I don't think it would be unreasonable for salons to ask for like not like a hygiene fee. That sounds weird, but like some type of fee to like for the client to help share the burden of all the additional costs of cleaning and like if you are providing masks to the clients, and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I've been working on placing these orders, and it's like thousands of dollars to get all this stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that a sanitation fee? Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that just raise prices?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny because we were thinking about like, you know, raising prices or even like kind of dynamic pricing where like the best times are more expensive, but then it almost feels like gouging, right? So it's like,
we don't want to do that.
Yeah, so it's like you know, kind of just calling it out like there's a $3 fee per service just to help us
cover
share
the cost of paper goods. Yeah, I think that would be the easiest way. Then we don't have to like, you know, just our printed menus, our online menus. Health fee makes everyone feel safer too. Okay. Yeah, great idea. Something I didn't even think of. Yeah, because I'd know it, you know, obviously I haven't bought face masks. I didn't know how much those were. I didn't know how much like the medical grade, because that's the thing, we're looking into medical grade with the actual like sprays and stuff we have to use. It can't just be you know, regular cleaner. Yeah, that would be really helpful. The other tricky thing too is like the color correction pricing. And I think on our call we decided that we're going to leave that up to the stylist at a case by case basis, because on one hand it was out of their control, but some Boulevard partners are thinking about adding on additional transition time.
So between appointments.
Yeah. Great idea. Yeah, that's great. The what about this? Any hairdresser salon owners listening out there, when someone goes too long, like with the bleach and tone, it then is a color correction. So ethically, what are we going to do? They would have been to us otherwise. Are we really going to, go for it or split the difference? I don't know.
Right. Because you have to start again. Yeah.
And it takes a lot longer.
Right.
So a lot longer and a lot more product. And I think
know, like, even for me, like, I should just go, like, this is really tame, but like, I should just sign up for a woman's cut because I have so much hair. It's like, this is not normal scissors over comb. How are you thinking about color? Like, you obviously have to stock up, which comes at a huge cost as well. Yeah. Are any of the brands and manufacturers offering any type of more favorable or relaxed billing terms where you could like submit an order and then do like a net 90 on the invoices, or?
Not yet. Like, nothing that they've offered up. We just brought Evo in right before we closed, and we have our online store, and I reached out to all our partners, like, what is there anything we can do, because I'm paying for shipping and giving my stylist 20% of whatever we sell. And Evo is the only brand that, actually, Pink Pro Beauty Supply as well gave me a deeper discount and accommodated for that percentage that I was giving to my salons or my stylists. Awesome. So that was pretty awesome.
Andy saying salon centric. They'll hold it till you have it shipped. That's really cool. I love that. Doing a Zoom consultation.
Great idea.
With color clients to ensure the right time. Yeah, that's super smart.
Scout, we're going to do that. Yes, I love that.
Yeah. It's really smart. Awesome. Love to hear any other. This is great.
I mean, and again, like, perfect example of what I was saying. Like, you want to get the best ideas, lean into your team. Like, we work, so sorry if I'm late. You guys planning on having one assistant on a shift for strictly just sanitizing? We don't know yet. Does Boulevard have video capabilities? Elvira always hitting you with the hard ones, huh?
Yeah.
She's like, come on, Matt.
I wish. We used to. But Zoom does video better than anybody.
Yeah. So we could do a company account and do free. That. It's free. Yeah, so with one assistant, we don't know yet. We are going to make the schedule based on the number we're allowed to have at a time. And based on the number we're allowed to have at a time and how far apart everybody has to be. We're even thinking of keeping the receptionist in a different room or a different area so that they don't take up another hairdresser body.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, we'll see. Because with the assistants, I think it's going to be tricky. It's going to take a lot longer to do hair with gloves and masks and all this stuff. And it's going to be stressful. So as many people as we can, like, work together and help each other, so that it's at least just an okay experience and not miserable is going to be really important.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, people need to feel like safe. And both, like, I think first and foremost, the stylist for sure. Yes. And then the clients, and putting safety over profits. Is it distancing based on square footage of the shop?
Not that I've seen yet. It's based on just 6 feet apart so far.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've seen too.
And I didn't see I haven't seen any specific guidelines for salons or spas, the amount of people, or even really mentioning the 6 foot thing either.
They mentioned the possibility of having dividers between stations. I think that seems aggressive. But
Yeah,
yeah,
where are we getting these dividers? What, like, how are we attaching these dividers? I have so many questions.
yeah.
6 feet,
uh,
yeah.
iPad, check-in at the
Check in
door,
at the
clients.
door. Yep.
Yeah, definitely being able to make sure that there's basically no waiting. They go right into the chair.
Yeah.
Spaced out appointments, less people in the sun. Absolutely. Um, Janine, the products that you're shipping out, have you noticed any interesting trends, or is it kind of
Yeah,
all over the board?
totally. Everyone wants pink hair. I cannot keep
What?
our pink Cara Color conditioner in stock. Um, privacy curtains. I mean, you know what? Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what other trends. Scalp stuff, dandruff, hair loss. I think there's yeah, Trina, she's my like OG, like she started the pink trend forever ago. She is the queen of pink. Um, what else? Yeah, scalp stuff. Because I think when you're stressed, your scalp conditions really come to fruition. So a lot
Yeah.
of scalp stuff. The Orbe scalp scrub and treatment, scalp Serene Scalp. We've sold a ton of that. We sold a ton of dandruff shampoo for Davines, Lesap, energizing shampoo from Lesap and Davines. Yeah, like a lot of stuff we don't normally sell through a ton of. A
Yeah.
lot of conditioning masks, a lot of deep treatment masks. Oh, and root sprays. Oh my gosh, the root sprays. Red and
Mhm.
brown from Orbe. As timing would have it, they were switching to larger packaging and like totally ran out. I mean, and people went ballistic. So they finally got some more in, and my rep is a godsend and was like, I saved you some. So we
Oh,
just
that's awesome.
posted, we have more in. We've got the secret stock.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
root sprays, scalp stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's quite interesting.
Is there an
There's
easy way to automatically add the sanitation fee?
we are working on that.
He'll get it. He'll get it
Yeah.
done. Him and Sean got this.
Things. It was, thinking of kind of qualifying questions in advance,
Yep.
thinking through, I think we gave the communication center add-on, like the live chat thing. We give
Yep.
that to everybody for the next 6 months or something. And then, because we think that just over communication, I think is just so important.
It's going to be so helpful and quick, and like having different communication tools in place so that because some people email, some people call,
Yeah.
most people text. So yeah, I think that's great.
Rose, we don't have any plans to sell products online, but we have an integration with Shopify, which is actually what Janine uses. So Shopify, like Zoom for video conferencing, Shopify is the best for e-commerce,
Yeah.
and we don't want to recreate wheels.
From a client, just raise your prices a few dollars. It's better than adding a line fee. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Janine, so what would you say, any advice for stylists or other salon owners, managers out there, like, as you think to the future, like, any advice to parting words to leave everybody?
I think everybody handles hard situations different. You'll notice that if you've ever been to a funeral, like no one person behaves the same. And this is really hard and unprecedented for all of us. So to be understanding of maybe what might appear as like odd behavior from a client or stylist or manager, just to have compassion right now and know that everybody's processing stuff in the only way they know how. And just to dig deep and be kind and try to find, like, especially as the leaders in our business, like try to, bring joy wherever humanly possible. You know, keep expectations at the door. Like you can't have any expectations in this. We don't know what to expect. We can only do our best due diligence and just see how it goes. So just know that we're all in this together. You're not alone. We're all hurting, scared in different ways, you know? Yeah, and just stick together through this and love each other, be kind.
Yeah, I would echo the same thing. And it just seems like I would just encourage our, salon owners and everybody to like not try to overwhelm themselves and then get run
No.
down. And like, I
Yeah.
think you got to have a marathon pace when reopening.
You have
And
not been standing up like this for a long time. I mean, probably
right.
start exercising right now. But yeah, like listen to your gut, listen to your body. You got to do this for the long haul. You know, this is not our forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not our forever. So do the best you can without sacrificing yourself or your sanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Janine, I love this. We should do this more often.
All right. I love chatting with you. I even got my
Absolutely.
little gremlins not to come in and bust in. That's why I'm back here hiding.
I love your little gremlins.
They're never clothed, so I can't
I
trust
know.
them
They're
on a
not they're
live
not usually
chat.
wearing pants. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining.
Thanks,
Trina,
everybody.
you're probably going to be the first person I see. I cannot wait. Sorry if I cry. At least I'll have a mask to absorb the tears. Um, Dude, I love hairdressers. I love clients. Like, as all the like crazy protesters, do you know what joy it brought me to see like, I need a haircut. I was like, that's right. We're super important.
You
Or the
are.
memes that are like, oh, I bet nobody's ever going to say like, oh, you only went to beauty school ever again. You
Right.
know, like, please cut your bangs.
Yeah,
Do
go
it.
for it.
Know
They're
how
gonna end
good
up
I
up
am.
here.
Oh, thank you. We love you guys.
I mean,
Thanks for having me, Matt. And thanks for loving
absolutely
hairdressers as much as you do.
love them.
You're an honorary hairdresser just by association.
I love that. I mean, I was tempted to do some channel cutting and everything to thin this out, but
And he knows what that is. And if I would trust you to do it, oddly enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll buy a mannequin and I'll play.
Yeah, let's practice first. Perfect.
I love it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll do this again.
Bye. Thank you. Be safe out there. We got this.